The Synergy preamp module system, in my own opinion, is the coolest pieces of gear that I have ever checked out. Having the ability to have the tones of the most famous amplifiers at your fingertips for a fraction of the price and the size is just absolutely amazing. And of course, the Synergy preamp module library continues to grow, so let me introduce you guys to the Synergy Drect module. I am really excited to check this one out, but the question is, how does it sound? Let's get into it. I hope that you are familiar with the awesome collection of preamp modules that Synergy has been putting out, and if you are not by now, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of fill you in here. So Synergy picked up basically where Randall left off a bunch of years ago, creating these preamp modules that will fit into a chassis and allow you to interchange them, change them in and change them out with ease while getting the tones of some of the most famous and sought after amplifiers. Some of these preamp modules are also a collaboration between Synergy and the original amp maker, just to make sure that everything is built correctly and that you are getting the correct tone for the amplifier that is in that module. Synergy has worked with companies like Diesel, Angle, PV, and a lot of other ones as well. But it doesn't even stop there. Synergy has built their own modules to go along with the collaborated modules like we have with the brand new Synergy Drect module. The newest kid on the block, the Synergy Drect preamp module, is modeled after none other than the Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, an amplifier that has been an absolute staple in the music industry now for a very, very long time. And the Drect module is not modeled after just any dual rectifier, but the Revision C dual rectifier, and we are here to put the tones of this new module to the test. Before we go ahead and get into it, let's go over the features of the Synergy Drect. It's going to look very similar to a lot of the preamp modules that come out of Synergy. This module is a 2-channel module, and each of those channels has a 3-band EQ and a volume knob. And just like the other Synergy preamp modules, they are fully loaded with two 12AX7 preamp tubes. That's right, these guys have real tubes in them. The features that are more unique to the Synergy Drect is the red and orange modes that are on each of the 2 channels, which will resemble the vintage and the modern mode on a dual rectifier. And there is also a presence knob on the Drect, which I can't say I've ever had a presence knob on any of my Synergy modules in the past, so I think that is definitely a nice addition, especially if this is modeled after a dual rectifier. But let's go ahead and hook this guy in, and let's check out the different tones that we can get out of it. Okay, I have my Synergy Drect module already set up here. It is in my Syn 2 chassis, and I am going from the Syn 2 chassis out the XLR in the back and into my DAW. And the IR that I'm using today is the Harry Coffee IR from the 2 Madsen Bogren Digital IR pack. That is an awesome IR, and it takes just about anything that I throw at it. And the guitar I'm using today is the Schecter Sunset Triad 7. This is an awesome guitar with a lot of different tonal options, especially with the Tripocalypse pickup right here. It's awesome. So I figured this was a great one for this test right here with the Synergy Drect. So both of the channels on the Synergy Drect are the exact same. They both have an orange mode, they both have a red mode, they have everything else that comes with it. So let's go ahead and just check out the orange mode. I have everything set to about 12 o'clock or so. So let's see what we have going on the orange mode. So right off the bat, it's pretty boomy. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the lows. And let's take away some of the mids as well, and then boost the treble. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the presence where it's at though. Actually sounds pretty good. It might be pretty good for some crunchy cleans. It's still just a tiny bit boomy, so I know with my Mesa Boogie Badlander, sometimes extreme settings can help it out quite a bit, so I'm gonna really raise that presence. I really want to see what it does here. Yeah, now we're definitely starting to get a really good tone out of it. How much gain does the orange channel have, and how does it handle the gain? Let's check that out. So when I palm mute on that, there's something weird in the mids going on. I'm really gonna lower those mids quite a bit. And let's raise the gain a little bit more. I'm gonna max it out eventually here. Yeah, it's definitely not meant for lower power chords for sure. It gets very fuzzy and a little flubby in that low end there. But for the higher pitched things up on the upper strings, like just a nice kind of 80s crunch actually does pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what we have for the red mode. I'm gonna go ahead and switch everything back. Okay, here it is with the red mode and everything set at about 12 o'clock. That's got a really good growl on it. I really like that growl. It is just slightly too boomy, so let's do the same thing. Let's actually lower those mids and the lows quite a bit there. And then let's bump up those highs. That response right there, it actually is a lot better than I expected. I really like that actually. Let me go ahead and bump up the gain quite a bit here. So I'm going to put it to about 3 o'clock. Yeah, so what I notice when I boost those gains, it tends to get a little fuzzy on me, and I'm feeling that this amplifier or this preamp module probably needs a boost pedal. So let me go ahead and grab a boost pedal and let's throw it through the front of the preamp. Let's see what we got. My boost pedal of choice is the TS-808 from Ibanez. This was the first boost pedal that I ever discovered, and from there on out, my life was changed forever, pretty much. So I wanted to throw this guy through the front of the Drect from Synergy, and let's see how it handles it. That sounds fantastic. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring up those lows and mids just a little bit, just because it sounds a little thin. So honestly, it might be just a little bit too much gain. So let me go ahead, I want to roll off that gain a little bit. Let's roll it to like right around there. Let's see where we are. Let's bring it up a little bit more. Somewhere in between there. Yeah, I'm going to say with a boost pedal, the Synergy Drect module takes it extremely well. That's where the magic happens, guys. That sounds fantastic. I am really digging this module. So I have never actually owned a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier or ever really had the chance to check one out. I've only been in rooms with my friends while they're messing around with them, so I can't necessarily say how the Synergy Drect really compares to a dual rectifier, but I do have a Mesa Boogie Badlander, and compared to the Badlander, the Drect doesn't seem to have that top fizzy high end that I seem to get always on the Badlander, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm definitely okay with that because I'm always looking to kind of round off that high end and kind of just like tame it down a little bit so it's not quite so harsh. So I'm definitely okay with it not having that. The Synergy Drect module definitely has a more refined feel to it. It's got a ton of body and it sounds absolutely massive. And when you put a boost in front of this preamp module, that is where the real magic on this one actually happens. It shapes up the EQ really, really nicely and just gives the preamp that extra push that I would want if I was playing on my Mesa Boogie Badlander. So I can easily say that the Synergy Drect is a killer addition to Synergy's roster. If you are wanting to get your hands on the Synergy Drect module, I will have a link for that down in the description below. Also, please let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts on the Synergy Drect preamp module? I think it sounds absolutely amazing, and I have always been a huge fan of what Synergy has put out. I think it is a great way to get tones from some of the most famous and sought after amplifiers for the fraction of the price, and also, as you can see, fraction of the size as well. So I think it is so freaking cool. If you guys are enjoying my videos in any way, shape, or form, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that like button just to let YouTube know that my video doesn't suck. And with that being said, my name is Chris with High Impact Audio. I will see you guys next time.